Lee Canady. He exuded what Motown chased. Lee had that rare it factor that drew Motown greats his way for aid and advice. You will remember Lee Canady comes into a story with a retinue of names, and he puts on a grand show. Look up online on YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, any place that videos are posted. Look up the legendary Lee Canady for long-form talks on the history of Motown, jazz, just how Lee really affected the music industry and changed it and transformed it and turned Motown into a powerhouse. Who is Donald John Trump and what does he mean to you?
Well, I've been following him ever since he came out of college because Miss Keywell we grew up in New York. I don't know how long she lived in New York, and she was a buyer at one of the stores, and she was like a New Yorker. And when she came back in to live, she opened a record store. She didn't know anything about the record store. She came from the family of the Keywell. The Keywell owned Hancock Steel, the Metropolitan Building, where all the diamonds and they owned that building. They had a law firm. They were Henry's Hotel. In fact, one of the mayors was Judge Kent. Aunt told me he was a Keywell, and he was part of the Purple Gang, or something that way. Anyway, she knew about New York, and Donald Trump's father was always in the paper, and she read the New York Times, the paper stand right in front of my store. So I read the paper and listened to her talk about New York and the government. And I learned a lot of things from listening. And he made money. He was a
real estate broker.
Real estate broker. And Donald Trump, he got out and he did a lot of things, and he was always with the entertainers. He was hiring black people because he owned the casinos. He was always with the black people because he's in the record business. He owned casinos. So Michael Jackson, the Jackson family, they knew Donald Trump. Donald Trump was always in their corner. He gave black people jobs, you follow me? And he always was sharp, dressed nice, he had always looked good, and he told people what he thought. And some people think about it and don't tell him. He did. And I learned that, and he got his way. It is what it is. He made things happen, okay? And he means what he said and say he means. You have to take a stand, nothing personal. And he can say, wait, nothing personal, but if you're lying, you're lying. Nothing personal. And I call balls and strikes. Nothing personal. If you did it, you did it. If you didn't, you didn't. And that's the way I am. That's the way he is. I'm not saying he's perfect, what you consider perfect. He had wives. I had wives, too. I had women. You had, everybody had what they had. It's none of your business.
Yeah, you're right.
But what that got to do with the price of tea in China? Nothing, right?
You're right.
So, but balls and strikes is what he called. That's how he's being successful. Like I didn't want to go to college and pay the money. I didn't want to go through the step and come out and you got to pay the money back and how much you make. And I thought I would go another route. And that's what I did. And you go from basic, learn your ABCs and go from basic. And use the word and what they mean, use basic. Take the word that you learn and put it in the sentence. And every word got a meaning, every sentence got a meaning. Every paragraph. You follow that as much as you can. Nobody's perfect. So everybody deviates a little bit. That's why nobody's perfect.
You've got your finger on the pulse of reality, not this fantasy clown world. You speak glowingly of Donald Trump as a black man yourself.
I look for success. I just call just like it is. Like Michael Jordan is a basketball player. Nobody like it. Compared to who? You can't compare him. Who you gonna compare him with? Now,
you're a businessman, just like he's a businessman. Is what I'm getting to. Donald Trump had real estate, and you had records.
And he didn't see color, like I said. He was with Michael Jackson. He did the Michael Jackson. He's always behind Michael Jackson when they all that corruption stuff, not corruption, said about Michael Jackson. See, I know what was happening with Michael Jackson all the time. I know the personality he had. I mean, promotion guys used to come in town and they call him promotion guys. And black was just getting to be promotion. And he would go by, Michael Jackson come and stay in the hotel. And he would go out and shop for Michael and take him different things. But he would come out because he was a promotion man. He did what he had him to do, whatever Michael Jackson needed. But what I'm saying that Donald Trump hired black people in the club at that time. And when Lena Horne was playing, not just Lena Horne per se, I don't know, I'm talking to people playing at that time. Sammy Davis Jr., they all hung out together like he was with the backpack, and they never was prejudiced. One of my idols that I liked was Dean Martin.
Did you ever meet Dean Martin?
No, never met Dean Martin. I met Sammy Davis Jr.
Tell me about meeting Sammy Davis Jr.
When they had Golden Boy at the Fisher Theater at play, I was there. At 12 o'clock, they had a party at the Air Morton Casino. I'll never forget it, so I went. There was very few, about 4 or 5 black people there. A lady named Trina, she was a disc jockey. Trina Horn, let's see, what's her name? She was a disc jockey then. Nancy wasn't there. In fact, there's a picture up there of my ex-wife at the top up there. That was with Sammy Davis Jr.
I'm going to get that picture right now.
Up here at the corner.
Right here? Oh, up higher, up there. there at the corner.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go get it.
Can you?
Oh, that's Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah, that's my wife, my last
She
wife.
is
Yeah.
glowing.
And that's
She
her
is
father.
ready to spring and
That was at the.
orbit.
That was at now that Sammy Davis at the.
Oh, look at her expression. Look at the expression on her face. Here, see this screen right here? Sammy Davis Jr., your ex-wife, and then two other dudes.
That's my father-in-law on the right side.
That's your father-in-law, Sammy Davis Jr., your ex-wife, and another man.
The other guy, the guy from Capitol Records.
So,
Executive from
not
Capitol
an
Records.
obscure group of people right there, I'd say.
Yeah.
Do you remember that day? Can you tell us about
That was at the Elmwood Casino. That we had just closed out Golden Boy at the Fisher Theater, and they had a party at the Elmwood Casino at 12 o'clock at night. Didn't start at 12 o'clock. So when we drive up there, I got valet parking. The guy want to know did I know where I was going, something like that. You know, here I'm black getting valet parking.
Here, I'm gonna take this.
At the Elmwood Casino, you understand?
Yeah.
That night, my ex-wife, I met her then, but I didn't really know her that well. I just know her from, she worked at Hudson across the street up from me, you know?